Every day, chat and chart live during the New York session. Here, real traders share the raw truth, their mindset, technical analysis, and execution. This is where real traders show their skill set. Welcome to Tradin TV. This is your stage to shine.
Hello, hello. Hello, traders, and good afternoon. Can you guys hear me? Let's just confirm that you can hear me, and then we kick off the live stream. I believe Rosa will be joining a little bit late today, like in 30 minutes or so, and Rajdeep is in a meeting, so I think he will be skipping today's live stream. So you guys are stuck with me till Rosa comes. Can you guys hear me? Can you please confirm? Yeah, all good? All good. All right, so hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Chat and Chart. This is the New York session and this is your host Saif Rajdeep. I hope you had a great trading week last week and also this week that we're in. I'd like to hear your questions. I'd like to hear your concerns because a lot has been going on during this week. We had the um, US-China summit in Beijing, China, and surprisingly, this one was actually a very positive summit between the US and China. And Trump, for a change, was a nice person while he was in China. So this was a first, and both of them, both parties, which are like President Trump and President Xi, both agreed that they're better off being partners rather than rivals. So this will have a great impact, a great positive impact on both economies, the number one economy, which is the US, and the number two economy, which is the Chinese economy. So finally, some positive news. Let me see who's asking. Soham, are you stuck in US 100? US 100, please. We'll get to it in a second. Okay. Yeah. All right. So another thing was that Moody, the Indian PM, actually asked the Indian people to stop buying gold and to stop traveling abroad to save some of the foreign reserves or like the foreign currency reserve, which is the USD. So India is, without a question, the number one importer and number one consumer of gold worldwide because like it's in their culture and it's well in their like day-to-day life. So what happened is because of the lack of the reserves, because let me start from the beginning. Actually, why don't they have foreign currency reserves currently? Mainly because of the oil that they have been trying to buy, which is becoming very expensive. It almost doubled in price since the war began. So what happened there is that their reserves of foreign currency started to dry out really fast. So as a way to stop this bleeding, Moody cannot control the war in the Middle East, and he cannot control the oil prices. So what does he do? He said, okay, we import more than $75 billion worth of gold every year. So let's stop importing and let's stop traveling abroad and spending this kind of or this foreign currency because it's draining the national reserve of foreign currencies. So this means that the gold market if people listen. I don't know if it's mandatory. We'll need Rajdeep to confirm that. But if that happens, it means that we lost more than $70 billion in uh, cash flows into gold, or we lost more than $70 billion worth of gold market cap until the whole situation is solved. But for now, we'll get to the technicals in a minute. But without further ado, let's take a look at the US 100, which is NASDAQ, because our good friend here, Soham, asked us about it. On the weekly, it's very, very bullish. On the daily, it's very, very bullish. On the weekly, it's very, very bullish. Okay, we go to 4 hours. Okay, actually, we marked out this level last week. We said if it hits somewhere around 800, 28,000, 600, 700, it would be a good place to buy because it would be a retest of this uptrend line. And it did retest and then made a new all-time high. On the 1 hour, it's still very bullish. So yeah, long story short, it's very, very bullish, Soham. But it could, it could go all the way to, like, it can drop another 200 pips or possibly 400. So you have a correction window of 200 to 400 pips, but that's not a guarantee because the trend is your friend. As long as it's showing bullishness, we keep buying. Yeah. Mesa saying people are not going to listen. People believe in their own power rather than country's power at lower scale. You mean the Indian people, yeah? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But like, that's actually a very smart thing of Moody to do or to say or to request, because if they do listen, they would actually save the Indian economy, which is currently suffering because of the lack of foreign currency reserves. Gold is attached to people's power. Okay. Do you anything about what do you mean? Do I anything? Buenos dias. Hello, Jamie. FX. All right. So yeah, let's move to gold. I've been looking at gold today, and I came up with this trade, which is a buy limit at 680. So I'm still waiting for it to activate with stops below this level, which is around 4666. And my TP is around 4745. So my reasoning is we made a higher high here and we started correcting and we're consolidating. So if we see something like an A, B, C, D, and then E, we'll probably make a new high. And why am I saying we're going to make a new high, not an all-time high, but a new high, a new weekly high? So let me show you what I see, or let me show you my theory. So on a bigger scale, on the daily time frame, it might be consolidating as well. So this might be the first leg of the consolidation. This is the second leg. So it would look something like this. I think we did the exact thing last live stream, but I'll repeat it. Why not? So we might be looking at a retest of this level. So maybe between 5,000 and 5,200 might be a level that we might retest. Why? Because we might be looking at a triangle. And the same exact thing happened last year. So this is A, this is B, somewhere around here, for example. And then this is C, D, E, and then we go upwards. So it might look something like this. Okay. Let me drag it here. Yeah, so it stays within the trend line. stays above the trend line, and then we see a continuation to those levels. Okay, or the other situation might be that we're dropping to 3800 or 3600. That all depends on what happens around this area. But for now, let's go to lower time frames and see what we can do about the current information we have, because that's just a theory and we haven't seen the waves yet. So I need to see the waves to confirm this theory. So far, it's not confirmed. So far, we cannot do anything about it, but we can do something about the lower time frames. So let's assume that this was a correction, okay? And the extension, Fibonacci extension, would go all the way to 4800. So without breaking 4900. So we might go here and then start dropping to 3800. But for now, let's deal with what we have between our hands. The daily triangle, the daily time frame triangle, might take months to form, maybe 2 3 months to form. So I wouldn't be just waiting and like looking at the chart, waiting for this to form, because it might never form and might start falling. So what I do is I go to lower time frames and I start analyzing. So what movements or what data do I have, or what information do I currently possess to actually make money out of the market? So for now, uh, what we have is the following. We had a rejection from this very important level, which is 4500. And then we made a full cycle wave, which is 5 waves to the upside. And now we're retesting this level, which was a resistance before. Now it became support, and it coincides with the 200-day moving average. And 1 second, let me delete this because we have way too many lines. Okay, so we might be looking at a smaller triangle on this time frame, which might be this is A, B, C, D, and then E. So another point of analysis would be that we got rejected again from the 200-day moving average, and we formed a great engulfing candle. That's a very powerful engulfing candle. So I placed my buy limits here around 680 with my stops below the engulfing candle. So, and I'm targeting this range just in case it's forming a triangle. Make sense? So retail sales in news today. What numbers will drive Nasdaq down for a drop? If they come in negative, then that would be negative for the U.S. economy in general, which would mean a drop in Nasdaq. But not Nasdaq necessarily, because Nasdaq is has nothing to do with retail sales as much as um, tech headlines. Okay, so all right, Mesa. And most in the years gold is private hands. Yes, okay. At lower scale, life is different. Mesa is saying people don't care about a country's reserve, and most of India's gold is in private hands. Yes, we're not talking about the gold that they currently have. We're talking about the future purchases. So he's trying to stop them from importing gold because they cannot buy gold with Indian rupees. They have to buy dollars first with their Indian rupees, and then they buy or import the gold. So this puts two things. This puts the rupee under pressure because people are selling rupee and buying USD. So what does that do to the dollar, or what does that do to the rupee? It depreciates in value in comparison to or against the USD. Number two, they're depleting or they're draining the country's reserve of local currencies. But if that's just an optional thing, yeah, I agree with you. People will just not listen. If someone's kid is getting married and they need to buy a couple of kilos of gold, maybe they wouldn't listen. But I don't know if he made it or he's planning on making this mandatory. So no one is actually allowed to buy gold from outside the country or import gold from outside the country. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's do euro. Yeah, sure. Let's do euro. But before euro, I like to take a look at the DXY. Why do I look at DXY first? Because it's the exact opposite chart of euro. Now, currently, we broke last week's high on DXY. We got a nice rejection, and we might be looking at a reversal to the upside. But before we say anything about any reversal, we have two levels in sight. We have 99.3 and we have 100.6. If both levels are cleared, we're going to see a very strong surge in the US dollar. Now, here on the 4 hours, we have another obstacle on its way, on the dollar's way, which is the 200-day moving average around 98.66 or 67. Okay, so this level might force some reaction to the downside, but we'll have to wait and see. Nothing confirmed. But if we draw a simple trend line here, okay, we already broke above this trend line. Okay, so we closed outside the trend line for more than one night, so I think we're good. Let me go to the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour looks the most bullish, to be honest. It looks the most bullish for now. Um, but it can go all the way to 98.2 maybe as a correction before continuing to the upside, but it's still very, very bullish. So what does that mean for the Euro USD? It means the exact opposite. It should be very, very bearish. So is that the case on the 1 hour time frame? Yes, it's the case. We're seeing lower highs, lower lows, and it started to trend downwards. Let me show you the bigger trend I have on the daily chart. What we have here is the following. So this was the first leg, and this was like a level I marked out using Fibonacci retracements, which was the 61.8 level. Okay, so this level had to reject price, and it did. It did reject the price, and we saw a drop here. But what did it find on its way down? The 100-day and the 200-day moving averages. So it went up to retest the trend line and try to break it to the upside. But guess what the trend line said? Nope, not today. And we formed a bearish engulfing candle here on the trend line, and we kept on dropping day after day. And to confirm this short-term downtrend, we need to break below 1.1690 today to break yesterday's low. Okay, we go to lower time frames to 4 hours. Let's delete this. Yeah, on the 4 hours, we have the exact same obstacle that the dollar has from the upside, this time from the downside, which is the 200-day moving average. So let's see how it reacts around this. We might see some rejection from this, or we might just break below, close below, and then we have a confirmed downtrend, at least for the short term. Sounds good? Excuse me for a second. Let me drink some water. All right. So if Trump said to not buy gold, then what would have happened? Yeah, it would drop sharply because Trump is crazy enough to actually act on it. And you know how the market moves on his tweets. And by the way, he did it in the past. He did it during his first term. There was some tension between the US and Iran economically. They had an economic tension or war, in other words. So they were throwing tariffs at each other, uh, and at some point people were scared, and they were feeling uncertain about the markets and the different investments. So they ran out of stocks and they went to gold. So what did he do to actually boost the stock market, which would make him look good in front of the Americans? He said that gold, I don't remember the exact words, but like it's like as if he said gold is worthless now. You need to invest your money in the stock market, and he did it on a tweet. And then hours later, he said, "Sorry, forex traders and investors, but Melania wanted a new Ferrari." And he posted a picture of a Ferrari, a red one. So yeah, this guy's crazy. He would do anything. He literally can move the market with a few words. I think the market will be nice from next month as inflation is increasing. Yes, inflation is actually increasing. Um, and the PPI, which is the producer price index, actually surged big time yesterday because, like I mentioned it before, like first it starts with the producer side because who buys oil and like who gets affected the first with oil and like energy prices? People who produce, so producers, right? And then uh, this increase in input costs would actually eventually move to consumers, which would cause inflation and pain in the economy. But yesterday we saw the year-on-year numbers, the PPI numbers at 6%. So the monthly number was expected to be at 0.6%. It came at 1 or 0. Yeah, 0.6%. It came out at 1.4% growth. So that's a huge jump in inflation. So I think no rate cuts this year. If we're going to see something this year, like some action from the Fed, it would be rate hikes or rate increases instead of drops. Guys, please excuse me for 1 second. I'll be back in less than a minute. Hi, Rosa.
Hi. Oh, now.
I'm back.
Yeah, I couldn't see you.
Yeah, I just went to do something. So, yeah, guys, we're back and we have the magnificent Rosa with us.
Thank you. Sorry for being late.
Okay. All right. So, how's it going? Yes, PPI, the main indicator for inflation. It's not the main, social. It's not the. Sorry, Rosa. We're in the middle of a conversation. Let me just finish it, and I'll get to you in a second.
No
It's
worries.
not the main indicator for inflation, but it's the leading indicator for inflation. So you have two types of inflation indicators. You have leading indicators and lagging indicators. So the leading indicator is PPI because, as I said, on producer level, when prices go up or input costs go up, these are the first people who get affected, and then they pass it on to the consumers. So the CPI is a lagging indicator. So the consumer price index reflects inflation somewhat uh, much later than the PPI. Okay. So yeah, it's not the main indicator, but it's the leading indicator. And if you want to compare it with CPI, PPI is leading, CPI is lagging. Yeah. Nice. All right. So yeah, let's take a minute and welcome Rosa. Hi Rosa, how are you?
Hi,
Tell us
Saif.
how your trading week was.
Honestly, spectacular.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a nice week.
yeah, it's been fantastic. Gold has behaving properly. It has manners this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes it's bad behaved, but this week it's just printing money. It's not easy. It's not simple. But I mean, you know what I mean. So if you are prepared and you are ready and you know your thing, this is one of the weeks that you print money with gold. So yep, all in all, pretty good.
All right. Did you take any trades today?
Yes, I did. I did take like a couple of trades. Um, all buys, I think. Last one was a buy. Yes, two buys, three buys, three buys.
Okay.
Just say. All profit, three profits. So
Nice.
I'm done. I didn't check the news. I was in a rush earlier, so I'm gonna check the news very quick.
They're getting released in 1 minute actually.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, two
Yeah, you
thirty.
didn't miss.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
didn't miss anything. You missed maybe the UK numbers. They had
Mm.
their GDP today, but it was like I don't know 5 hours ago.
GDP.
Um,
Yeah, I see that. Okay, so it was okay, better than expected.
Better than expected. Yes.
Mm,
So
point three.
actually, I have a buy limit that I told the guys on the chat about. I have a buy limit at 680 with stops at 666 because I like the number. And
680, 666. Okay,
yes,
666. Okay,
yes, exactly. And my TP is at 745.
all
The
right.
reason for that is I'm waiting for um, a gap closure or like a retracement of this engulfing candle. Maybe this is it. Maybe we're done, or maybe not. We might hit the furthest level of this retracement around 680, and then we continue going upwards. Now, why do I have my TP at this level? Just in case it's forming a triangle, because I don't want it to reach here and then go back to my break even, and then you know. So that's a solid 1 to 5. No need for anything more than that. Um, so yeah, that's
I'm gonna
my
have a look at the levels you said. So 680. It's
yeah.
all right.
Tell me what you think.
Just checking with my levels. About with me. Yep. I have this area marked. Six. Well, it's an area. It's not a level, but yeah. So
Yeah,
fantastic entry point. And I've been buying. So last buy I did it on. I can't see anything with these glasses. Come on, 46.90 was my last buy. And 40.
46.90 was your
Mhm.
last buy. It's actually a pretty good buy. It's like
Yeah.
on this level here.
So I'm just waiting for a retracement. If it goes to your level, have an area there. I'll buy again. And
Let's hope it does. What happened to the news? Okay, so initial jobs claims came slightly worse, but no big deal. Retail sales came as expected at 0.5% growth for the month of April, and the core retail came as expected sorry, yeah, core retails was at 0.7%, also as expected. So no surprise readings. That's why we don't see any strong volatility in the market.
mm, good, good. Okay.
Okay, what do we have here?
So you said 60. Okay. Yep. 80 is there. It might sound crazy, but this morning, first thing in the morning, what I did is I don't usually mark areas too far away from price because on 1 minute you don't need an area 300 or 400 points or pips away from price. But I did marked an area starting at 46.63, around 46.63 up until 46.55. That's an area I have, and I said maybe it's going to touch it in the session today because it tried to touch this area um, halfway through the night here. So I don't know. It's an area I have. I'm going to have a close attention to this area. And I have some alarms before the area, so I get ready if it hits.
Yeah, I have an alert around 750 because if it reaches here, that would be also a good sell with stops above this area, targeting this area, which is
Yeah,
also 680.
750 is it. I also have it.
Yeah. So, like, we agree on the direction and we agree on the
Mm,
levels or
mm.
areas, which is good, which is a good sign. Would you like to share your screen? Let me stop
Yep,
sharing
sure.
mine.
Okay, let me save just a few things here so I can put them
Take
back
your
there.
time.
Save, Control FX.
So I'm saying these 2 weeks of Nasdaq trading made me feel more emotions than gold did in 2 months. Yeah, Nasdaq is like can be hectic. I
I
get
paid attention to Nasdaq this week actually.
making all-time highs.
Yeah,
Nothing.
well, the robot has been working, but I didn't see if the results have been all right or not. So I'll have a look as well. So, okay, where are you? Here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let's move that to the left. Okay. Still you don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna
Nope.
stop sharing, try again.
JD, can you please help us? JD, we're trying to share a screen.
Nope.
Still nothing.
That's all right. I'll wait for a second. Mhm. Hello, hello. People on the back. I am the host, Samuel JD.
Yep,
Okay,
done.
thank you. All right, so this is my trading session so far. So as I said, is one buying here, and buying here.
Mm-hmm.
So levels. Oh, I have it in this one. Levels are in this one just to try. You see 47.56. The level you set, the area. I'm trying, and this small area down
It's
below.
45 is my TP, so yeah, we also agree on that.
Yep. Why can't I see that? The levels in there. There's a level I don't see here, and I see on the other template. 47.56. There. Mm, what's going on with that? Oh, because it's here. Oh, silly me. This is 15 minutes. That's why the level's there. Just a second. There. So in 15 minutes, it looks like that. Come on. This area here is the area I'm expecting to be touched before the end of the session for some reason. No, I don't know the reason. So I have nothing
What
to.
is it? I can't see the numbers. Can you please just say them out loud?
Yeah, it's between 46.62, kind of, up
Okay.
until 46.55, 56.
So 62 to 56
Yep.
before the end of this session.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No reason at all. But so I have nothing actually. I have nothing to back this thinking up. But
Okay.
it's a feeling. I've seen it many times, and it's a feeling. Like you
It's
see it
not a
right
feeling,
here.
but you can't explain it simply. That's it. But there are no thing like there's no such thing as feeling in trading. Even like sometimes let me go back like a decade in time. When I was taking my technical analysis course, the guy that was giving us the course was telling me that yeah, I told him I feel that the euro is going down. He said there is no such thing as feeling in trading or analysis. It's either you have information and confirmation to back it up, or you don't. But I get you and I understand, because sometimes when you don't know how to explain a certain movement,
Mm,
something that your subconscious mind made sense of, and now it's part of your thought process, but you didn't dig deep enough into
mm,
your own mind to understand how it works or why it works. So he
agree with
gave me
you.
an example of a very old guy that used to work as a like institutional trader, and he was very super profitable. And he used to say, the RSI looks tired to me.
Tired.
It
What
looks
a nice
tired.
term, tired.
Yeah. So and it like whatever he says, like most of the time, of course, not 100% of the
Mm,
time. Most of the time, he was right. He looks at the euro and he goes, euro is tired. But what he didn't understand, like he saw it, but he didn't understand that his subconscious mind actually made sense of the momentum fading, the volume fading, and the weakness that he's seeing on the RSI, for example,
mm,
or the divergences. He like his subconscious mind had seen it enough times that he knows what's going to happen next, but he doesn't know exactly why.
exactly.
So yeah, so I think that's what's happening with you.
I don't know why, actually. Yeah, or I don't. I can. Yeah, as you said, I can't put into words what my mind's thinking or going through. But yeah, I don't know. I had this feeling yesterday. So yesterday I already saw this area, and I thought
Mhm.
it's going down, and it got up until here. And this morning, early at night, it
Hmm.
tried a little bit farther down. You see, a little bit farther down.
Yeah,
But that's why I
as
have
the
the feeling.
ICT traders call it, a liquidity sweep, or the SMC. I honestly don't know the difference.
Me neither.
Mm.
It's a
ICT,
this
SMC,
point in
KHV,
here. I
whatever you
mean,
want. Yeah,
this point in here, I call it the origin of the movement. Every time I see a massive an explosion,
yeah.
I try to understand why, what happened, and what was the last downwards movement, if it's an upward movement, and what happened in there, and a few candles before. And every time I see it, I what I've seen is it happens 3 times. So it goes, it leaves, it does its thing.
Takes off.
It,
Yeah.
yeah, it tries once, it tried twice, and the third time. So it's testing. So that's why I have this feeling it might touch us like by like a lightning, like
Oh
touch,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it
Got you.
goes up again
As a
for
sweep.
some reason. I don't know. Let's see. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but this level that you just mentioned is actually like the way you explained it in technical analysis. specifically volume analysis, that's called the point of control. That's where the most volume is. So whenever you
Okay.
see an explosion in price from a certain point, what do you call it?
The initial movement. So
Initial movement, yeah.
mm,
So or the origin of the movement, you said.
the
Uh,
origin, yeah.
yeah, it makes sense. Potatoes, potatoes. It doesn't matter, but that's actually like technically that's a very important
Okay.
level. See, it's like if they left us long enough, or if they waited for us, we could have came up with the technical concepts that we're currently studying.
Amazing. Yeah, I've never studied a technical course, and well, I did once, but I didn't put the effort I was supposed to put,
Okay.
and it changed the way I was trading because I started reading candle on candle in a different way, and it's when
Okay.
I moved to 1 minute, and everything got clearer to me, starting reading candles, and some of the concepts I learned, and I have the full course, by the way, so I watched it many years ago, and now I know a little bit more. But it's something I've never went too far, and I
Okay.
might should, because it's I don't know, like that, the origin of the movement. But it's
Yeah.
the same that here. So what happened here? Because I'm no good with volume. Some people use volume, and I see I never, I have never been able to read volume live.
Yeah.
So everyone reads it afterwards, like the past indicator, like, oh, it dried up, it went up, that
Like
at the
as
moment.
it is with everything, Rosa, not only volume. Like everything you read on a chart, what you're basically doing is you study the past, you see what patterns or what movements or what behaviors
Hmm,
the instrument has, and then whenever you see a replication of that movement or pattern or behavior, you act upon it. That's how trading is. So everything is a like a back study. It's not actually a like no one can actually tell
no,
you that.
okay,
You know
of
what?
course.
Now, like this is a very important volume area. Like when it hits that area, you will see big volumes. No one can
Hmm.
actually tell unless you have depth of market and you have like a big book that shows you where traders are placing their orders. That's the only way. So that's left for institutions and for market makers.
Hmm.
But retail traders can never tell what area has the most volume.
I've never been able anyway to understand
Yeah.
how to interpret volume in the past, so I can replicate it in the future. I've never been able. So I don't know what to do with volume. I don't. We don't get along.
Just as you're doing now, because like this thing, the point of control is, or the origin of the movement is a very important level. Like from this price or this area, we you saw a price explosion.
Hmm.
So whenever a price explodes from a certain level, it means that this level is very important, and it has like whenever it reaches here, uh, it will like the price will find buyers. Like this is an important level. You can call it a demand level. You can call it a point of control if you're volume analyzing. And
Hmm.
by the way, just like to make things clear, because some people think that yeah, I have to study technical analysis, and if I know everything there is to know about technical, my trading will improve. Um, well, I disagree with that because technical analysis is like a sea of information and a sea of different theories. What actually makes you money is not the technical skills. Of course, it's good to know like a few concepts. They are sometimes eye-opening, but it doesn't mean that you will use everything that you will study in your technical analysis course. What you will use is what will make sense to you. And for example, okay, I when I started building my own trading system and my own strategy, as I told you before, like I printed out all charts and like I marked all tops and bottoms and saw what was um, what was in common between those tops and bottoms, and then I discovered the engulfing candle, and then I went and studied the engulfing candle more in depth, and then this got me to Elliott wave theory, and then I studied it little bit more, and then this drove me to indicators, and this drove me to supply and demand. So you keep navigating and like piecing the puzzle until you find a strategy or
Mm.
strategy components that actually work together. But imagine I use all the technical concepts and all the technical knowledge I actually studied, and like uh, I actually sit for an exam in technical analysis.
Wow.
Obviously, I pass it, but I mean, uh, it means that I know a lot of things in technical analysis. But what do I use? Barely 1%.
Mm.
All you need is a strategy. A well-tested strategy is all you need to make money. So if you want to be dedicated, and if you want to be a nerd and know everything there is to know about technical analysis, go ahead, of course. But it doesn't mean that when you do, you will have an advantage of making more money than others, or like actually having an edge. Because I know many analysts who are like certified analysts that don't make money. They know a lot of things about technical analysis, and they know more than me, but they never made a dime in their life.
It's two different
Be-
stories. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to. That's why being an analyst or being a trader is two extremely different things.
exactly, exactly.
Um, One is more theoretical, and the other one has to press the button
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it's
yeah.
time, and it's different.
A trader is like a combination of like an analyst, a risk manager, and a person who jumps from or skydives.
A crazy, a maniac, a
Yeah,
stressed person.
like a mix of four different people.
Hmm.
That's what you need to be a trader. But analysts, like I've seen many analysts, and by the way, in institutions, uh, there are like analysts that are not allowed to trade, and there are traders. So
Hmm.
sometimes traders who execute very well, and I'll take you as an example, Rosa. You would make a killer trader at an institution or a bank. Um, so if you are there, you will receive, for example, I'm the analyst and you are the trader.
Hmm.
I am a kick-ass analyst, and like I give very accurate points and very accurate analysis, but I don't know how to act upon my
Hmm.
analysis. So what I do is I'm not allowed to trade. I don't have a trading limit. So what I do is I send my analysis to you. That's my job. I send my analysis to you because you have more emotional composure. You have more experience and execution. You know where to get your liquidity from. You know how to execute a big amount, like maybe like you divide it by three, four different
Hmm.
trades, so that you get the best spreads possible, because like slippages also happen at an institutional level. So I pass it on to you, and you execute based on your experience in execution and in trading. So that's how it goes usually. But sometimes, like the unicorn of institutions, hedge funds, banks, trading desks in general, is the trader that is also an analyst.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I've never seen a very accurate analyst, but because I don't work in institutions or anything, it's like everyone I know is actually a trader.
Yeah.
Some people with analyst knowledge can stay on the theory for long and long and long, but actually, I've never seen anyone saying these are the levels, these are the
Oh,
specific
yeah.
levels. I'm not able to trade, or I won't trade because I don't see I don't think I'm capable of. But these are the specific levels. I wish someone would give me the
Mm.
levels so I don't have to find them, and then I could execute.
You know what? You got me thinking. Um, I don't think I've ever seen uh, an analyst that is more accurate than me. Like I've never like met in person. I mean, I don't know like a person that has more accuracy than me in analysis, but I've seen a few that are better traders than me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So I'm closer to being an analyst than a trader, but I'm also a trader. So um, looking back at it, I don't remember that anyone ever had a closer call than mine.
Uh,
I think I'm a good analyst. Yeah, I'm like I'm a very good analyst, but trader I can always be better. Of course, I can improve myself.
well, there's always room for improvement, but at
Yeah.
some point you have to like tap yourself and say, congratulate you and say, I'm doing well. So,
No, that's that. No, no, never do that. No,
so
that's
sometimes I do actually,
too
because
European. No.
sometimes at the end of the week when I recap on my week and I'm thinking about the trades here and there, and I say, "Oh, it's been so awful this week. It's been awful, awful, and I haven't done it right, and I made so many mistakes." And then I see the results and say, oh, "Well, the results don't say the same." I'm saying, so don't. So
Yeah, of course. You're
it's
always harder on yourself than
yeah.
the
So at some
reality
point
is.
I have to
So
say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Are good results? Yeah. So take it easy on you a little bit, not every day, but just a little bit. So don't be yeah,
like
as you
if the
said.
day reaches and like if the day comes when I say that, you know what, I'm good. I know everything about trading and like I'm
Well,
comfortable with my skill level. I promised myself that I'm going to quit because
I,
that's how traders fall.
yeah,
Seriously, that's how traders fall. When you think
that
that
will never
you've
happen.
done it all and you've seen it all, no, that's when you fall.
And you are probably very wrong if you think you know all at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
And in trading, there's so many ways of making money, and I keep learning from so many people. Like I have my strategy, but I pay extremely attention. I have all your levels here, not only from today, from every day. I have your
mhm,
levels. I even from people starting, I pay close attention. So to see if I can add something to my mix to make it better.
yeah.
Um,
Funding tips always got your back.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's important to keep growing and to keep learning, and it's a non-stop profession. So it's not like I don't know. There are professions in which you study and that's it, and the rules doesn't change that often. But in trading, you have to be very, you have to
adaptive.
accommodate and adaptive. Yeah. In my case, many times a day, I have to
A
change my
day.
hat.
Oh wow. Um, like yeah, I get that because of the frequency of your work, but I want to go back and revisit an idea that you just mentioned, which is like sometimes you need to uh, like tap yourself on the back
Mm,
and say that you did a good job. Well, let's be very honest about it. Like I'm not going to joke around about it because I want people to actually benefit from this. Uh, of course, it's a good thing to do that, but don't overdo it. Like some people, like if they, for example, they made their first 10K, they blow the whole 10K on vacations just
yeah.
because they deserve it. Now, after years and years of dedication, I finally made my first 10K. What do? They take this 10K and they spend it on a vacation.
Mm,
You know why? Because I can always make more. So they go back to their real lives and they discover that they're broke. They don't have any more uh, money to trade with, and they enter a new cycle of losses, of inconsistency, and the whole thing happens. So overdoing anything in the world is bad. So that's why I try to. Okay, of course, I celebrate my achievements, but maybe like twice a year. That's it. Like not for a whole day even. Okay,
no,
we
no.
we sit, we reflect on what we did last year. Okay, good job.
Mm,
What's next? But don't overdo it. If you overdo it, you're killing yourself. So just so you people understand that,
mm,
I'm sure Rosa does not overdo any of this. uh, but just so that you be like careful when you
Yeah,
achieve any success in any realm in life. Please don't over celebrate.
yeah, and I agree 100%. And the more success I have in trading, the more humble
Yeah,
I become, in the sense of take it easy, just wait, because next week or next month or next year can be different, and you have to adapt. And I've never said, okay, if I make 1,000, let's say $1,000 in the next trade, I'll buy, I don't know, mobile. I have never said that,
yeah, yeah.
ever. And
If you
even if
do,
I
you
make
will never
much
buy
more,
that mobile, by the way.
no, it's still 6 years ago. I've been having this mobile, uh, and
Yeah,
still
me too.
working. So
Like, how long has this been with me? I think 4 years now.
yeah,
Yeah, 4 years.
I need, as I always say, I need to provide, but I don't need to show anyone that I have
Yeah,
or not
exactly.
have any money. So I've been after. I was discussing that with someone the other day. I've been after Cartier for many years, and it's not an expensive watch based on the prices. So it's around 5K. It's very
Mm.
expensive. Don't get me wrong; it's very expensive. But some people spend in watches and cars a lot of money, and I've
Yeah,
been after this watch for years, and I still didn't. I haven't bought it yet because I don't think I should spend that much on a watch.
I
Um,
have an idea for you. You know how you're letting some runners run
yep,
recently? Yeah. Whenever you let a runner run and it hits a home run, like it makes you triple the amount that you had in mind, or it makes you a good chunk of money. Take that money and get that watch. Like for example,
that's
you're
good.
expecting that the
Yeah,
trade, for example, just hypothetical numbers. For example, you're expecting the trade to make you $1,000, and then the 20% of that trade to make you another $1,000, for example. Also hypothetical numbers. So if it turns out to be like a crazy trade and you just made 5,000K on that one trade on that runner instead of 1,000, then
mhm.
you can like consider this a gift from God.
That's a good. That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah, I like it. I like this one. Okay, I'll
yeah.
do that.
I've done that before. Like, but I bought a car with it instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was silver.
Wow.
Silver bought me a new car.
Silver. I've never pulled up a silver chart, to be
You
honest.
know, you know how silver goes crazy, yeah? It goes up
I've never.
like 50% a day when it
Really?
decides to go up. Yeah, yeah. If it decides to run, it does run.
Do I have silver here?
Of course you do.
Maybe here. Uh, silver. Okay.
After learning trading, when you are trading one element profitably, should you learn another element
Silver.
further, or should you refine your existing element more? Okay, we have a great question here, Mr. Trades. That's the second time you ask a wonderful question. I remember you from last time. After
Mm.
learning trading, when you're trading like one element profitably, like for example, if you're trading one instrument, gold, silver, Nasdaq, whatever, should you learn another element, or I think he means instrument, to progress further, or should you refine your existing element more? Um, I'll answer it and then pass the mic to Rosa to give us her 2 cents on this. Um, for me, as a swing trader, my waiting time to get a setup is much longer than it is for Rosa as a scalper, or for Rajdeep, for example, as a day trader. So what I do is I can't afford to just look at one thing, because sometimes a setup might take 6 months to form.
Mm.
So what do I do with it, like with the rest of the time? I just keep looking at one thing. No, I scan the whole market, looking for opportunities, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Nasdaq stocks, like Apple stock, Nvidia stock, Alibaba stock, gold, silver, oil, palladium, platinum, the whole thing, copper. I scan everything, and I usually do that at the end of the year. That's why, for me as a swing trader or position trader, sometimes I look at as many instruments as I can. But from my own experience and very humble experience uh, in scalping, you cannot do that because you will receive enough um, setups in a single session, or maybe not in a single session. In a
Hmm.
single week, you can get your your worth of weight, if it makes sense. Like if you wait long enough, you will have a few trades to take or a few good setups to take during the week. So yeah, focusing on one instrument could be done on a lower time frame, or on scalping style or day trading style. But now, since this moved to trading styles, this discussion has moved to trading styles. I give it to the big boss here of scalping, Rosa. What do you think about what I said?
I actually agree because if you work like I do in 1 minute, I can't afford being on one or more than one instrument. That's that's like you're gonna die.
Distracting. It's distracting. Yeah.
It's worse than that because you'll start feeling you are missing out trades because when you are with one instrument, the big opportunity comes to the other instrument, and no, you have to master one instrument for years. I've been working with gold like that. I don't have any plans on changing to another instrument,
Yeah.
not for a second. And there's something that some people say, don't, I don't know if that's an English expression, but in Spanish we say, don't put all the eggs on the same basket, in the same basket.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, why not? Yeah,
My bad. Why not make a very solid basket and just like keep
yeah.
the
And sometimes I think if you need many baskets to see what happens to each of them, it's because you actually don't know what you're doing. I'm talking in 1 minute, in the sense of I'm good in gold, just size up.
yeah.
Just do what you've been doing for 8 years and keep doing it. You don't need many instruments to make money, but actually, you need a few instruments if you are a swing trader because you can't wait without doing absolute nothing a month
Yeah.
or 2 months. So you need more instruments. But I've heard people just learning how to trade with Forex, and they pull up 20 charts and they look for opportunities, and
On
that's
all 20 at the same
on all
time.
20, and it doesn't work. But actually, it works. Why it doesn't work is that they are moving their focus to one to another,
Exactly.
and every chart in Forex or silver or gold or Nasdaq, whatever, it's different. Even with the same setup, the movements,
The behavior is
the
different.
behavior is very different. It's like having many kids, they're different.
Yeah.
So
And
you
the
have to
volatility is
understand.
different, of course.
And sorry, say again?
Volatility is also different on
Y-
every
Yeah,
instrument. Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. So I'm watching like now silver spread is 3.5.
yeah, it's it's always been expensive everywhere.
Yeah,
Silver very, yeah, the spread is very expensive, but it gives you like it gives it back if you're right. It gives it back tenfold.
sure,
Um,
sure.
yeah, but to wrap up the answer for Mr. Trades, thank you very much for your question, by the way. It depends on your trading style. So if you're a swing
Mm,
trader, you have enough time to move between charts without being distracted.
mm,
Okay, you will have the luxury of time to move with your composure to different instruments and study different instruments. You have all the time in the world. But
mm,
if you're scalping or day trading, you will not have that same luxury of time. you will need to focus on one thing
Mm.
and solidify your basket instead of having different baskets. Make this one basket very solid. Make it a basket of steel. Okay, and
Mm.
then put all your eggs in that basket. So that's pretty much what we said. Just to wrap up the answer. Okay, so each session is a master class. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for watching us. Thank you, Yahya. Love you, man. Mesa is saying nobody can apply everything. We can only apply things aligned with our nature. That's my conclusion after working with so many things. Now I translate everything in my own words. Well done. That's how you do it. That's the way, actually. What's the best way to study fundamental or any pair, or how do you do? Uh, Pijos, can you please like rephrase your question? What do you mean? Where can I have this technical course? Any reference? Mesa is asking you, I believe, Rosa, about the technical course that you took.
It's Spanish. The guy is Spanish. Well, it's from South America, but the course is in. It's only in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's called. Let me just.
Now,
Let
wait
me.
a second. I can give her a source that is in English.
Okay, that
Um,
better. Okay.
yeah, and it's the official material that is used to actually sit
Oh.
for a technical analysis exam. You go to IFTA, which is the International Federation of Technical Analysts,
Mm-hmm.
and you read the requirements. And I think you can buy the materials from that same website. You don't need a course; you can self-study. And a very good start would be the technical analysis book. It says Technical Analysis by John Murphy. That's a great place to start. Okay.
I have this
See,
book. Very good one.
yeah, it's pretty fun actually to like because the language is you feel that John Murphy is actually talking to you. He's not
Mm.
lecturing. So it's fun to read. How long was it? Was it like 500 pages or something? I
Oh, I
remember it
don't
was
remember. I might have it
yeah,
here.
it was a big book. I remember,
No, I don't have it here.
or maybe a
Yeah,
thousand
very
pages.
very big book.
Yeah,
Why is gold going up? It should be testing this specific level.
whatever. I'm not entering before it gives us what we want
It's
or
100
our
bits.
levels.
Oh, I know, but this level in here, 693, should have been tested already.
Yeah, but it got rejected from your moving average.
I know. That one
Yeah.
is the one. That one there.
Yep.
I give it no more than 10 candles, otherwise. Okay, I don't. Let's do that. Let me count. 10, 15. That's 18. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, Nasdaq, I see it's going down now. Gold. Nasdaq has been crazy. So, okay, I'm seeing just the robots have been doing pretty good job, but it's because Nasdaq it's been up, up, and up.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Fundamentally,
Yeah.
the reason is that people are stupid. Yeah.
Okay.
Investors
Okay.
are no. Let me put it in. This was a joke. This was actually a joke. It sounded nice in my head, so I
Yeah.
wanted to say it.
It was not.
Anyway,
It was good.
okay, so this the reason is that uh, people are, or like not people, investors are overly optimistic on the resolution of the U.S.-Iran war, and they're ignoring a very important fact of that inflation is going to eat away all their profits as
Mm,
soon as reality hits. So we started to see this happening. We saw very high CPI and PPI readings, which are inflation indicators. We started to see very high readings as expected and as mentioned before on the live streams, that we're going to start to see pain in the economies. So markets are forward looking. What I mean by forward looking is that um, in human nature, people are usually greedy and optimistic when it comes to money. So what they do is, Trump said we are very close to reaching a deal with Iran, and then the rally started. So after that happened, Trump went out and said, "You know, I don't like Iran's proposal for peace." So it went back down a little bit, and then he said, "We're close again to reaching a deal with Iran." So price is going up. Whenever he says anything negative, it goes down a little bit as a correction, and then it continues to go up. So what's happening is that people are optimistic and they see a resolution to the war, which might be true, which might be like actually valid, that the war will end very soon, but and the ceasefire will continue. But what they're not looking at, they're not being pessimistic on one thing, which is inflation, because inflation is going to hurt, or it's going to hit them very hard. So once it does, we will see a very big crash in the stock market. And I'm responsible on like of every word I just said. We will see a very big crash in the stock market very soon. Not very soon, soon. Let's say soon.
mm,
Why? Because all of this is just a hype. Uh, what on earth made the Dow Jones go to a new all-time high
mm,
while inflation is high, unemployment is not as at its best, growth is not at its best, the GDP is slowing, it's not accelerating, and there is a risk of stagflation in the US, and the US is actually in war. So what on earth is making the Nasdaq or Dow Jones or the S&P hit new all-time highs, other than empty momentum and empty optimism? That's why I started with, because investors are stupid. Maybe they're not stupid. Maybe they know what I'm talking about, but they
mm.
just want to ride the wave. But who gets hurt the most? Retail traders who don't know anything about
That's for
what you guys
sure.
just said. Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah,
As always.
yeah.
Gold, it has to go down to the level right now. So please push it.
Will do.
I love it when I say one of the people I mentorship, he asked me, "How do you know it for sure? Because you always say it has to." And I
Yeah,
said,
yeah, I asked you this question before. I asked you, like, why do
I
you
don't
say
know,
it has to?
but it
Like,
has to because
what does the market owe you?
but it's not because it owes me anything, it's because I know the future. I have a crystal ball here. I've said that many times. So I say it's an expression. It's like when you say someone,
Yeah,
"Oh no, no, don't worry, I'll go on my own." Of course, that person is not going to worry because you
he's
walk
not
on.
worried. Yeah, he's
It's
not
not worry,
dying
it's
of
just an
worry. No,
expression. So I
I
say
got
it
you.
has to, it's like in my head, in my analysis,
Yeah,
it'll go down
based
to this
on
level.
my analysis, it has to.
Yeah, based on my analysis, but that's too long.
Yeah, yeah, just like
People
it
know
has
me
to is
already,
much
but
easier
yeah,
to say.
it has. It doesn't owe me anything. So yeah.
Um, Okay, 1 second, because we're receiving some new things. No, when okay, I mean, I just stuck in fundamental study, can't find the bias. What's the best way to study your chart? You never get a bias from the fundamentals. You just like read the fundamentals and study the fundamentals to get a bigger picture, or like a wider angle view. But it does not mean that you execute based on fundamentals and you do not uh, like find your bias based on fundamentals. Only technicals, my friend.
Mm.
I have read that book completely. I have to read that again to get proper grip. My grip is still loose. You can always do that. Um, Mr. Trades says, I have a rule that I do not execute trades during the opening or closing of a 30-minute and 1 hour candles. Because of this, I sometimes miss trades. Sometimes this rule saves me from bad trades. But I mostly end up missing good opportunities. So, okay, so mostly you miss good opportunities, right? So, should I change this rule or continue following it as it is? Okay, since you said mostly, I was going to ask you, like, when I was reading the first part of the question, the first thing that came to my mind was a very simple comparison. Like, does it save you from bad trades more, or does it miss you trade good trades more? If it saves you more than uh, it makes you miss trades, then yeah, keep it. But if it mostly misses you opportunities, then no, just scrape it and like find another rule that, or find another protective rule. So, in short, if this is making you money, if it's making you miss opportunities um, more than it's saving you money, then yeah, just scrape it and find another protective rule. It could be the open of the session or the close of the session. So that might be another thing. Oh wow, what's
Yeah,
happening here?
yeah. You see my level? It had to.
It had to, yeah, I know.
No, no, but seriously,
Do you
it.
have anything to say to Mr. Trades, Rosa?
Yeah, I'm very confused, uh, because he said mostly, and every time my question is, how much is mostly?
I
How much is
assume that
that?
he has some data and like he studies his own data.
I hope
That's
so.
my assumption.
That's my assumption as well. But if it's a feeling, oh, I
Yeah,
missed that. Yeah, I missed that again. Oh,
yeah,
that's very different from what's the reality. So
exactly.
you have
So
to
please
measure.
confirm whether it's a feeling or not.
Yeah.
If it's a
How many
feeling,
times?
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 no. I was saying the exact same thing. Please go ahead.
If it's a feeling, you have to measure two things. How many times do you miss opportunities? How many opportunities have you missed? And how much money would you make if you have taken these opportunities? But you have to measure the good ones and the bad ones.
Winston
So
Churchill just like haunted you for a second. Like he took over and for a second. Money, and then no, no, money.
money.
It's
And,
you. Like Winston Churchill just took over for a second.
yeah, yeah,
Money.
we here for money.
Yeah.
Rosa, I was in sales just because of your levels. I made money. Yeah, I made $2,000. So, yep.
Give her 50 euros.
You still owe me money. Say 50
Yeah.
years to 50 years.
No. No,
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 you forgot.
just
You
kidding. Just
forgot. You forgot.
no, just kidding.
Rajdeep owes us both money. Like 50 for
That's
me,
true.
50 for
That's
you.
true.
You forgot.
So, on a serious note, every time I say it has to, that's a joke. Okay, I
It's
don't
just
know
an
what
expression.
called.
No, it's not like, yeah.
It's an expression, but this level I just marked, and I say in the next 10 candles, and then I marked the moment I said, and then I added 15 candles. It's because in my candle counting,
Yeah.
high
You know,
probability,
I think my order will fill, which is 680.
600, yeah.
I think it will. Okay, so guys, that's a very good example. We've been talking and ranting for the past hour or so. And um, I had a plan, which is waiting for gold to go to my level. So I didn't chase gold. I wasn't fearing to miss out that trade. I just placed my order and I'm waiting. So it could be a loss, it could be a win, but I completely accept the loss if it happens because I did this trade on my own terms. I waited for the market to come to me and then I took the trade. Now imagine if that did not happen. Imagine that I started like saying, you know what? I think I'm going to miss this trade. Let me enter here, which is like at 4,700 flat. I would have just wasted $20 or 200 pips on gold, just for just like to satisfy this urge in me to jump in. So that's a very good example to wait for the market to come to you. Never chase the market. Now, when it started going up to 700, 707, most of us, and this was me in the past, I used to freak out like, oh no, I missed my trade.
Mm.
I need to jump in. I'll jump in on the first correction. Now this messes with your head, and you end up losing that trade, and it starts going in the minus, and it reaches your level, and like if you have a very bad luck, it hits your stop loss. So
Mm.
instead of risking, for example, 1%, you just risked 5% just because didn't listen to yourself. So a very good, and like this was a game changer for me. Do not chase trades. Wait for the market to give you what you want. If it
Mm.
did give you what you want, then you enjoy it. If it didn't, then okay, live to trade another day.
Mm.
Okay,
1,000% agree.
thank you. If I get 10 trades at 30 minutes, 1 hour opening, closing, seven. Okay, so 7 out of 10 trades, Mr. Trades is saying, seven. So you miss 7 trades out of 10 because of this rule. Okay, Yahya has a question. My biggest problem is recognizing market conditions. I make money when market is moving well, but when the market runs choppy, I lose more money than I should. How do I recognize bad market? Okay, so let's go back to something I explained in the past. Okay, so let's just finish with Mr. Trades because I'm going to go deep with you, Yahya. Mr. Trades says yes. So 7 out of 10 times he misses the trade. So my opinion would be to just like forget about that rule and start trading. Maybe just have other protective rules, such as I don't trade on Mondays, I don't trade on Fridays, I don't trade on a certain session, I don't
Mm.
trade in Asia, I don't trade in London, whatever. Okay, so this could be your protective rule because this is losing you more money than it should, or it's like causing you to miss opportunities more than it should. Do you agree, Rosa?
100%. But
Okay.
make sure you
Yeah.
have backtested these numbers, 7 out of 10, for a long period of time. So it's not
Mhm.
for 3 months already, so it's
Yeah.
for longer.
I think if it works, like if he tested for 3 months consistently, then yeah, I think that's enough to just, because this is not a reason to execute based on.
Mm.
Uh, we're looking for a reason to keep or remove a rule. So I think 3 months is good. No.
It's in 30 minutes, so it's 7 out of 10. Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be okay. But
Yeah,
just
because
for
the
adding
main,
this rule.
yeah, the sole purpose of this back test, which is like 3 months, for example, or 2 months or
Mm.
whatever, is to keep or remove a certain rule. So
Then
you're
it's a
still
yeah. Mm.
refining, then it's okay.
Then it's okay.
Yeah, so let's go back to Yahya's problem. He says his biggest problem is recognizing market conditions. He makes money when market is moving well, but when the market turns choppy, he loses more money than he should. how do I recognize, or how does he recognize bad market conditions before he loses the money? Okay, so let me remind you of something I mentioned here on the live streams before, which is the pro gambler's mindset. Okay, so expert, like for me as a trader, I studied psychology, and part of the psychology, we studied the expert gambler's psychology. So in gambling, there's some, not that trading is gambling, but the risk management that
Mm.
expert gamblers have is out of this world. That's why
Yeah.
um, it's wise to study them, because they use like probability, and they use risk management. So you learn these two from real life experts, not that trading is gambling. Okay,
Mm.
so by studying those, there's something in gambling called hot hand or cold hand. So if you go and like look at beginner or like um, amateur gamblers, they're there for the cigars and the free drinks and the women and the whole thing, yeah. But if you look closely, and they keep like gambling on every single number, every single color, every single card, whatever, right? But if you look closely at the most or the most composed people in that casino, you will see the expert gambler. They're calm. They don't gamble on every hand. They keep counting cards until their edge appears, and then they enter. So they fold most of the time. They do not gamble most of the time. Most of the time, they do not do anything. When they see their cards, they see the cards on the table, they say, okay, I'm gonna fold. I'm out, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. Once he gets that edge by counting cards, by whatever he does, he decides to hit hard. So he starts with a small amount first, and then if he sees that he won that hand, it means that he's on a streak. He has a hot hand. So he starts to raise his bets. So while winning, which is counterintuitive, while winning, he keeps adding to that bet. So he made $1,000. Now we're risking $1,000 extra in the next round. We made $5,000. We are risking $5,000 in the next round until he loses one hand. Okay, so I think my order is almost filled. We're at 84.
Yeah, I closed the sales already and I'm ready to buy.
Great. Okay, so back to our subject. I have my orders, so I don't need to do anything now. I'm just waiting. So back to our subject. So once that expert gambler loses a hand, he starts cutting down his position size, or he starts cutting down on his bets, because it means that he stopped having his edge, or his edge stopped working. So what he does is he starts cutting down his bets because he's in a cold hand. All right. So that's what we get from the expert gambler mindset. And what your problem is, or how do you recognize? Your question was, how do I recognize bad market conditions before I lose real money? So the answer is psychological. It's not technical as you might think. So what you do is you do everything as you should. You trade. You hit your first stop loss. You hit your second stop loss. You hit your third stop loss. You stop for the day. Because why? Because you have a bad hand. And going back to the original story of the expert gambler, he folds most of the time. Remember? Okay, so if he folds most of the time, what does that mean? He does not execute on every trade he sees or on every setup he sees. He only waits for his edge to be crystal clear before betting. And as long as you're making money, you can increase your risk, you can increase your bets. But if you're losing money, you have to cut your bets. You have to lower your bet, or you have to lower your risk. That's what we get from expert gamblers. Now, to answer your question completely, it's not a technical thing as you might think. if you already have an edge and if you have a well tested edge. Um, 1 second. Okay, so did we miss the trade or no? I'm not in yet, by the way. Okay, so if you have a well-tested edge, you will not need to worry about the technical side of it. What happens if how do I recognize it beforehand? You don't. You just lose a couple of trades, and you know that you're not seeing the market clearly, so you stop trading. That's pretty much it.
Mm.
I hope I answered your question. Rosa, do you have anything to add?
I was thinking, and you said it all in the sense of this is what I do every morning. So bear in mind, I can take between 2 trades and 10 trades a day, but I don't know how many trades. How do I measure how many trades am I going to take? Depending on the market. Sometimes I start my day 9 o'clock in the morning, first trade, stop loss. Okay,
Yeah.
ready? Second trade, stop loss. Yep, what's going on? Is it me or is it the market? And then I check self, like, am I all right? Am I angry? Am I stressed? Am I whatever, sleepy? I'm okay. So let's see if it's the market. I lower my size straight away. I don't try to make double on the next trade. I just lower the size and I
Mm-hmm.
start trading. The moment I see I'm in sync with the market, I start raising up my risk. If I am not, I keep lowering the risk and I have a maximum daily loss, let's say 3% of my balance, 2-3%, no more. That means I'm not in sync with the market. And maybe it's me or it's the market. Doesn't matter. I have to stop trading, but I lower the risk, so this 2-3% takes longer to hit. If I keep trading risking 1%, it's only 3 trades. And maybe the market is just crazy, it's in ranges or whatever. So I have to find out, but I have to give it time to the market to develop. Sometimes European session just sucks. It's a range, a range, a range, and stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. When am I having the good ones? Just waiting, lowering the risk. I'm in sync with the market and I start sizing up again. This is the daily thing I do every single day. Sometimes I'm in sync, 2 trades, make money out of my trading day. But sometimes I have to be 7 hours in like bunches of 2 hours of rest, 2 hours to rest. But I have to work a lot more just to take some money out of the market for whatever reason. Sometimes it's the market, but you never know. And so lowering your risk is the best thing you can do to the minimum. Oh, but then I don't make money. It's not about making money. It's about to understanding how you are not in the right football match. So, oh, this is not your game. This is someone else's game, not yours.
Well said.
So, if you went, are you filled in already? No, not yet.
Not yet. No, no. I'm just saying, well said. Like,
Yes.
it's not
Sometimes
yours.
I want to stay in the party, but I don't feel comfortable. Just wait, just sit down and give it
I
some
don't feel
time.
welcome.
Yeah, or I don't feel welcome, or I don't fit in that party. Just stay for a bit, and maybe later some friends come over, I start having fun, things like that. So it's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. So you got your answer, Yahya. Glad you did. Now, Petrus is asking, has faith in God helped guide you through trading moments? Well,
That's a
that's a tough question.
controversial question.
That's a tough question because
Yeah.
that's very that's very intimate and
Mm.
that's very personal. But for me, I only started making money when I believed there is a higher power. Now, it doesn't mean that uh, because I believed in God, that's why I started making money. But a very important component of trading is what? Is psychology. and emotional stability, right? When you know that there's a bigger being than you are, and you actually believe with, like, God has shown himself to me in many different situations in the past. So, not physically, of course. I mean, like, you get me.
Hmm.
Um, for me now, I know for a fact that God exists. So this gave me the peace of mind that I don't have to think about tomorrow. I don't have to overthink things, because what's going to happen is going to happen. I don't have much control, as we think. We don't have much control over our lives and our, um, let's say, circumstances. So this gave me the peace of mind to be well composed emotionally, to trade better, and yes, become profitable. So that's how it made me profitable, and that's how it helped me uh, through tough trading moments. Not God himself, but indirectly, yes, it was God that helped me actually navigate through the tough times and the tough trading moments. I hope I answered your question. What about you, Rosa?
Um, I believe that's a fact, but sometimes people confuse. How do I say that? Because when faith comes around, there's very controversial. It's a controversial subject to talk about. It's important to have faith. That's 100. That's my opinion. But don't. But someone, as a person, as a personal, as a human being, you have to be accountable and responsible for the
Yeah,
good and for the bad. Not only for the bad, and then pray someone's helping you or
yeah.
guiding you. The
Buy,
moment,
and then please God make it go up.
the moment you are accountable and responsible of what you know, what you don't know, what are your limits, what do you do good and what do you do bad, then the moment I think faith or energy or whatever the name it is or God comes along and it aligns because there's something, I think there's something bigger than us, but in the sense that the first one that has to be in place, it's you. The moment you psychologically understand who are you and what are your limits and what you're doing wrong or good, everything can changes. But I've seen many people saying, okay, God's going to guide me. Well, but are you doing something or are you laying on the sofa? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure God has something, things more important that helping you while
Order
you are on
filled.
the sofa. Or, what did you say, Saif?
Order filled.
Yeah, Field, I just listened. Yeah,
You heard the alert?
yeah, I heard. So, of course, God is there, but you have to work through the ways.
Yeah.
Someone said, make sure the inspiration, well, that was insane, but make sure the inspiration comes to you while you are working.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and please don't get me wrong, because what I said is that yes, God has guided me through tough times
me
or tough
too. I mean,
trading moments, but that doesn't mean that God actually held my hand to press buy or sell, or to take profit, or to
hmm,
stop loss at a certain level. He just uh, guides you,
yeah, it
and
guides you and make
it
things
guides you.
clear.
Yeah, makes it clear.
Hmm.
Sometimes you see something differently, because yeah, you have that peace of mind that God will take care of everything, and whatever you do, this fake sense of control um, is like weighs a lot. So
Hmm.
once you have that off your chest, you can trade. I think it's going for my stop loss now.
It's
One,
crazy.
yeah, once you get that, you understand that you just do what you have to do. You just like, what's it called? Um, you just do your work, do your homework, and God takes care of the rest. But that does not mean that God is going to, when you pray, like, God, please, I bought, please make it go up. it will not like it will not go up, because that's not how God works. He works by widening your horizon, or making things clearer for you. I think I'm almost out. three
What?
dollars away. $3 away. Okay, so see, I'm like $2 away from my stop loss. Let me try. God, please make it go up. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens now. Did you buy?
No,
No, not
because
yet.
I was talking. No, because I missed the level. Actually, I'm gonna be through.
Very good that you missed the level.
I was talking and
Okay. So do you want
wow.
now? That's a big one, huh?
Mm. And Nasdaq went all the way back.
Look at the euro. The euro is like, I don't know, 1.1680. This is DXY strength, guys. Let me check what happened here. Nothing new, actually. So yeah, we started getting a rejection. Let's see how the 4 hour candle closes. If it closes as a bullish rejection, that would be great for our trade. If not, I'm still in, by the way. It did not stop me out, huh?
Fantastic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
See what God can do?
yeah, that's the kind of reaction I've heard sometimes. And it's like,
Yeah. You're welcome, Pijus. Mezabot. Yahya says, thank you, Rosa.
I
All right,
didn't
guys,
buy.
can I
I
can
missed.
I like please just like excuse me for a couple of minutes?
Hmm.
I need to run to the toilet really fast. I will
Okay.
not be.
No, no, no. Take your time. Don't
I'm guys. I'm old. I need to go to the
don't
toilet.
make a mess. Take your time.
I never do. I never do.
Okay. So, Mesa, did you buy? I'm gonna read the comments. Bear with me a second. Let me to that. Yes, good. It's true. Thanks, Saif and Rosa. I bought. Okay. So you did buy. I don't know what level did you buy. I missed the trade because I was talking, and I didn't chase this trade. So I'm not in any buys. Any point was a good buy point. Any point below Saif level and my level here, it was a fantastic point to buy, but I didn't. Hi, Arifkan. Saif is in the middle of something very important. He'll be right back. Now it's retracing back and oh, God. At least I'm very glad. I'm just waiting at the level down below. When it reaches this level, I'll try to buy as soon as I have a setup. In the meantime, I am going to wait. 46.80. All right, and stop loss 46.65. Whoa, nearly there. Saved by the bell. There was an opera soap here. Well, I think it's an American opera soap, very very old one, and it's called Saved by the Bell. 46. Okay, and 46.80. Okay, you are now in the positive. Fantastic. It can go up and test the very same level I have here. Fantastic, Mesa. So you did money both ways with Saif and myself. That's fantastic. Where's your target? Where's your TP? Is it Saif? TP 725? It's a pity I missed this trade.
Hello again.
Okay, hello, hello. Okay,
Wow, we're in profit now.
yeah, I missed it. So
No problem.
64. Okay, let's see. Now I have a bias. 27.
Um, Let me see what's happening here. 87.
Okay, I'm gonna close it. Why did it happen? Why am I on buys? No, out.
You're out?
Yeah, no, because I mistakenly I just pressed the button. I
Okay.
should have bought at 681, more or less the level you had,
Yeah.
but I didn't, and now I did buy 54 pips above, so it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. Like if it plays out, I think it will make uh, a good trade. If it plays out.
I'm pretty sure it will. This is a nice trade. I have missed, but I don't
You,
want to
you-
enter
I
55
wish I
pips.
was. I wish I was that sure. I'm not.
Mm,
I wish, but I'm not sure it's going to work because that's a very big dump. It just like fell like crazy.
mm, yes.
Uh, can you check the 30 minutes? I want you to see something, please. Look how it looks like.
Crazy. What? It's
Yeah.
going. Okay, so I would have made money already, but I
Yeah.
closed it. It wasn't
It's
my
100
trade.
pips above my what's it called? It's 100 pips above my entry, so that's good.
What a candle.
Yeah. Anyway, do we have 730 is my TP. Good luck, Mesa. Today I made money while attending live stream. Before I only attended live stream to learn and try to understand what you guys are saying. Great. When I bought at 680 stops at 65. Good job, Mesa.
Mm.
Hello, Arif. You're late today. Make sure to watch the whole thing after it finishes. It was a good session today.
Mm.
Yep. I think
Mm.
that's it for today. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's it for today because I'm going to hold this trade. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to place my stop at break even pretty soon. I hope today. I doubt that will give me my TP today, so I'm going to just like hope that at least it gives me uh, a break even or like a level to place my stop loss at break even without worrying about the trade. So other than that, I think you guys just wish us good luck, and I wish you good luck, and I wish Rosa good luck. Um, but that's it for today. Nothing more to add. Do you have anything more to add, Rosa?
No, I'm just watching. It's the third time that it attempts uh, to reach the level I was mentioning earlier, and now it got closer to hit
Yeah.
that level. So I'll pay attention. But yeah, nothing else for now.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Rosa, for joining.
You're welcome.
It was, as always, a great session. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your expertise, and your thought processes with uh, us. So good luck trading, everyone. Good luck, Rosa. I'm pretty sure that if we give you 5 minutes alone, you will manage to scalp something out of this move.
Yeah.
And good luck to everyone watching. We hope you had fun. I know we did. So take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.